basically something to the extent that the enthusiasm gap is kind of overblown. I'm looking out on this audience today, and let me tell you, we are blowing them away tonight, okay? God bless you, it's awesome. And I love the Woodlands is like the secret of Texas, all right? I spent the whole day here going through the little paths, the bike paths, and my kids and I had a great picnic. It is such a beautiful and wonderful part of the country, and I'm very gratified to have spent the day here. We had 1,000 people at the big Herman Memorial Breast Cancer Lunch that I spoke at today, and it was, again, one person after the next was more beautiful and taller than I am. I'm really annoyed. What is it? I have to stay in Washington with all the ugly people. I mean, no. The person in the front row just mentioned Barbara Mikulski. I did not say that. That's horrible that you just said that. Isn't it awful? I decided to wear my Nancy Pelosi red tonight in honor of my attempt to reach out to America. How about the fact that Meg Whitman was called a W-H-O-R-E. There are kids in the audience, right? W-H-O-R-E by some of the Brown staffers. I'm thinking to myself, that's really kind of ironic coming from a group of people whose pimps include the teachers' unions, the trial lawyers, La Raza, and the abortion industry, guys. We only service the American people, okay? You guys see the CNN poll today? This is unreal. CNN poll, this has to have given these people a huge case of dyspepsia to see that Barack Obama is essentially tied with George Bush for who has the better presidency, right? Totally tied. You know, Parker Spitzer's like, oh my God, the 5 people who are watching us must be really upset by this. There are more people. Do you realize there are more people tonight at the Houston Tea Party, at the Woodlands Tea Party, than have ever watched Parker Spitzer on CNN? I wasn't going to tell that joke. My producer Matt said, Laura, none of these people have even watched it because they're all watching Fox, so don't even make that joke. But I thought I'd go out on a limb on that. Okay, people in the back. Okay, so here's the groups that I'm going to do the Oprah. I'm going to do the Phil Donahue things with the microphone. Here are the groups of people that Obama has reached out to in recent days. I'm going to go off the list, okay? He's reached out to women, right? Last night he was trying to, or 2 nights ago, he was trying to impress all the women at the leadership conference in DC. And I don't know about you gals out there in the audience, but are you impressed by a guy who gets up and speaks, and he basically has this whole part of the podium fall off? It's like, suave bola. Really cool. I mean, is that a metaphor for this administration? The entire thing is falling off. It's all held together by double-sided Scotch tape and or Velcro that's from like 1975, all right? It just doesn't hold. It doesn't hold up. And so here's a list of people. You got the women, you got the Latino caucus, you got the Black Congressional Caucus. It turns out they've even been reaching out to potheads. I know a lot of you in the audience are big tokers, but medical marijuana stand is on the right-hand side of the event tonight. So they're reaching out to the potheads, reaching out to, as we found out yesterday, convicts and dead people. Oh, and the atheists, sorry. Now, I don't know why anyone's surprised that it turns out that 72,000 dead people got stimulus checks. I mean, dead people and a dead economy. Great. It works perfectly. This is the only constituency that still believes this president. I mean, for them, it's looking pretty good. I mean, it's 6 feet under or, you know, trying to get a job in this economy. They say that Michelle Obama is the secret weapon of the Democrats on the campaign trail. All right, and I'm thinking she's going to go to Ohio next week with the president, and she's going to Connecticut to stump for Richard Blumenthal. I don't know about you, but I'm thinking of Connecticut. That's my home state, right? So it's near and dear to my heart. And I'm thinking Linda McMahon, WWF, and Michelle comes into the state. I don't know about you, but I'd love to see the whole Obama administration clotheslined. All right? Come on, are there no wrestling fans out here? How does a Connecticut girl know more about wrestling than Texas? Yeah, that's when they go like this. They just knock the other person right off their, I don't know, I think, do any of you, if Michelle came to you tonight and said, the struggles of the American people are really pronounced and you must vote for Richard Blumenthal, I mean, would that convince any of you to do anything? I mean, you wouldn't even be following her eating recommendations at this point, would you? I mean, I don't need to be lectured to about what I eat, thank you very much. If I want to eat fried food, I'm going to eat fried food. And I love how the people who lecture us about eating, every time you turn around, they're at an ice cream place. Do you notice that with the Obamas? Oh, this week they're having the chocolate hurricane in New Orleans. When they're 5 seconds, they went to New Orleans. And the next week they're having, the banana split or the this or that. I mean, it's always something. But you gotta love them. They have to do what they only have so many weapons they can deploy. And today, Joe Biden, that's the joke, Joe Biden. Everyone in the back, the joke is Joe Biden. Today Joe Biden said that if the Republicans win, I want you to listen very closely because you know Joe Biden, right? He always screws up everything. Like, he just can't keep his words, subject, verb, direct, object, straight. So Joe Biden said, if the Republicans win, hell is going to play. Is that what he said? Something like that, right? We were listening on our iPhone to see if we could actually hear the audio, but that's how they quoted it. Well, I think he meant there's going to be hell to pay. But otherwise, hell is going to play. I'm totally fine with either at this point, because it's better than life in the Obama administration. You know what I say? You know what I say? I say this. I say they're worried about Christine O'Donnell being a witch or not a witch. All I can say is the Democrats are good ones to talk about what's scary. All I know is if it's Halloween night and I open up the door and I expect some little cute kids in my neighborhood to be holding out their bags and they're wearing a Barbara Boxer and Nancy Pelosi mask, I'm running. I'll take Christine O'Donnell any day. Aren't I awful? That's horrible. Okay, here's the word. Enough of the jokes. Here's the word. In Illinois, in Delaware, and West Virginia. Here's the news. If Republicans take those Senate seats, guess what? Each of those senators gets to be seated immediately because those are vacant Senate seats. And guess what that means for the lame duck session of Congress? It means that each of those Republicans, were they to get elected, get to vote. And they get to act as a check on the unbridled abuse of power in Washington, D.C., representing the people against the elites. It is time this happened. It is high time we, the people, began to say this. Remember what the Declaration of Independence said. Governments are instituted among men, and they derive their just powers from the consent of the governed. That whenever any form of government becomes destructive to these ends, it is the right of the people to alter or abolish it, or to institute new government. Well, well, well. I'm here tonight, and I'm delighted on a beautiful Texas night to tell you, November 2nd, and 2012 is our time to institute a new government that that is responsive to the people, that does not dismiss our wishes, that does not denigrate what it is to be an American, and that stands for the common sense, basic principles that have made this country great. They do not have our consent today. They have lost our consent. They have abused our consent. We are not going to take it anymore. I love being here in Texas. Now, I want to tell you guys why I'm here tonight and why I do what I do every day. I wrote the Obama Diaries to make you laugh and to make you think. I'm going to be back here on November 21st at the Cullen Theater, and I want everyone here. This whole thing is going to be sold out. The theater only holds like 1,200 people, but I have cast the most amazing actors to play the Obamas in the first stage production of the Obama Diaries, and it's going to be here in Houston the Sunday before Thanksgiving. It's going to be awesome. I want to see you all here, but now I want to show you why I'm doing what I'm doing. Guys? Well, these are my kids. Maria's an honorary Texan. This is Dimitri, and this is Maria. And let me just tell you that I am blessed to have them. I'm blessed to have them as new Americans. In the last 2 years, Maria became an American. How long ago, Maria? Like 2 years ago, and Dimitri 1 year ago. Spanish, Russian, and true-blooded Americans. We love you guys. Thank you so much. Take care.
Ladies and gentlemen, give a Texas Eyes thank you and welcome for Laura Ingraham.